Okay, this is Grant Pavia from the Shotgun Shop and High Gun Ammunition. We specialise in competition shotguns and competition shotgun ammunition. Today we're going to talk about our latest acquisition, which is the F.A.I.R Shotguns out of Italy. We are now the Australian distributor for these particular firearms, and we do a lot of testing on any firearm that we bring into Australia to make sure that it comes up to our satisfaction and standards. So we're just about to release these guns, and I thought I would run through a little bit of a talk about what they're like and what you can expect out of them. I will run through, first up, the Racing is a sporting clay gun or skeet gun. Just to give you a quick rundown on this particular gun, this gun is obviously a walnut. You can see it's an enhanced walnut. That's why it's got this lovely tiger stripe through the timber. This gun also has an adjustable length of pull on the trigger. So it's just an Allen key. You can slide it forward or back to suit your length of pull. The other thing on this gun is that it's got a multi fluoro sight system, so you can actually change that to suit shooting conditions. You actually get the glow tubes, which are just clip in, clip out. It's also got stainless steel thin wall extended chokes. That's an example of one of the chokes. Time being, because this is a sporting clay gun that I use, and I've got 1/4 and 1/2 in there. Now we're going to move on to one of the other models that we've got here, and this is called the Carrera. The first thing you'll notice, the difference between the Racing and the Carrera is a silver receiver. Everything else is pretty much the same. You've still got the adjustable trigger, you've still got the adjustable comb on the stock. It's a matte finish barrel, but there is one other thing that this particular gun has is ported barrels. This is to help reduce your recoil or felt recoil even more for those who do suffer from recoil and really want to make sure that they can get a gun that's going to be the best for them. Still with the extended chokes, still with the changeover fluoro sights to suit. One of the other features on all these guns is that they are a left and a right hander. They do have a palm swell. 90% of the time with guns is they've got to fit you correctly every single time you pull that trigger. So by having a palm swell, make sure that your hand's in the right spot every single time that you pull that trigger. Now, a 28 gauge is a very small frame gun. It is a very light gun, and some of the biggest advantages of a 28 gauge is that they are light and they have very low recoil. Virtually nothing, and so this particular gun is really suited to young children, ladies, or anybody who really wants to reduce felt recoil to an absolute minimum. This is the type of gun that you will be looking at. This is my gun in actual fact, and the only reason I have this gun is because it helps with training for me for sporting clays. I find that because it's such a small pattern that goes out there, it makes you very accurate because there's no room for error when you're chasing a target with one of these. So as a training gun for me to get my head around difficult targets, I like to shoot it with this particular gun first, so I know exactly where I have to be, the amount of lead, the speed at which I have to travel to get onto that target. And by using this, it really sinks into your accuracy. And then obviously I use my 12 gauge for competitions. And that's pretty much about it for the day.